Someone you love is gone. You don't know where they went. You have no church, no funeral home, no grief counselor, no coffin, no words written in any book telling you what to do next. Just a body, and a silence you've never felt before. This was the reality for every human being who ever lived, for hundreds of thousands of years before civilization existed. So what did they actually do? The answer will change how you see death, grief, and what it means to be human. We tend to imagine ancient humans as purely survival machines, hunting, eating, running from predators, repeat. Grief seems like a luxury, something modern, something that came later, after we had time to slow down and feel things. But the archaeological evidence tells a completely different story. And it starts with one question scientists have been quietly arguing about for decades. When did humans first start caring about their dead? Humans are the only animal species that bury their dead, and this practice goes back at least 120,000 years. Let that sink in. 120,000 years ago, long before writing, before farming, before any civilization we recognize, someone dug a hole and placed a body in it. Deliberately. This wasn't instinct. Animals don't do this. This was intention. This was meaning. That's not survival. That's grief. So what did the ritual actually look like? The body wasn't just dropped in a hole. Ancient humans covered the dead with red ochre, a pigment ground from the earth, giving the body the blood-red color of life. They placed food nearby, tools, ornaments, as if the dead were going somewhere and might need things when they got there. They painted their dead the color of blood, the color of life, as if trying to give something back to someone they couldn't let go of. And then there's the most haunting detail of all. Graves dating back 50,000 years have been found with bodies carefully positioned and surrounded by flowers. Someone picked flowers for the dead 50,000 years ago. Not because a religion told them to, not because a tradition demanded it, because they wanted to. The same thing people do today. At a cave in Italy called Arene Candide, archaeologists found something that stopped them cold. A teenage boy. Buried 27,500 years ago, covered in red ochre, surrounded by shells and ornaments. But here's the detail that changes everything. The ochre wasn't only on his burial. It was in his wounds. His community had used the same pigment trying to save his life before they used it to bury him. The same hands that tried to heal him were the same hands that laid him to rest. That's not primitive behavior. That's love. And they didn't just bury their dead and move on. The earliest cemeteries, places specifically set aside for the dead, returned to repeatedly by entire communities, date back 14,000 years. They didn't bury people randomly. They created places to come back to, places to gather, places to remember together. Sound familiar? Here's what the evidence is really telling us. Grief isn't a modern emotion. It isn't a product of civilization, or religion, or culture. It is the oldest human thing there is. Before language, before writing, before any god was named. Humans were already stopping everything to honor the people they lost. They painted them red. They laid flowers. They built places to return to and remember. The next time you stand at a grave and place flowers down, know that you are doing something your ancestors did 50,000 years ago. Not because someone told them to, because they couldn't imagine doing anything else. That's unasked. The questions nobody thought to ask, answered every week. If this made you think, subscribe. See you next time.